Hello, today I'm going to be making this greeting card. So this is a size A2 greeting card, and honestly you can make this with just a printer and a computer, but I have a couple of other handy dandy tools that also helped me make this card. So just as a little forewarning, I am going to be showing my Score Pal, which is a scoring board, which helps me get the crease exactly where I need it. And this is the little bone folder that came with it. And then I also have my handy dandy swing line guillotine cutter. This is just a paper cutter where you can slice and dice. And I'm basically going to show you how I make these greeting cards. I haven't started selling greeting cards in my shop yet, but I'm gonna start. So this is just me getting the I tested out one already and I figured out how I want to do it, so this is me sharing that process with you. Enjoy. All right, so to make my card templates, I could use something like Krita, but I feel like that might be a little bit more complicated, so I'm just gonna go with Canva. So I'm just on canva.com. Ignore my other cards down here. I do have a Pride shop and I do have some cards coming out for that shop, so we're just gonna go over here to create design. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so when you click it, it's gonna say create design, and then you'll hit custom dimensions, and then I'm just gonna turn this into inches, and I'm gonna make it 8.5 by 11, so that way it's a full sheet of paper, and that's the size that we want to work with here. So once I have this full sheet of paper here, the first thing I need to do is split this into 4s, so that way I can have a front and a back for 2 cards, and then I also need an inside left and an inside right. So this is going to be the front and the back, and then we're going to make a second page, and this is going to be the inside. You'll see once I get into it. So first I'm going to go to elements, and then I need lines, so I'm just going to click see all the lines, and we just need any basic line. Doesn't matter what type of line it is, you just need a line. So I'm just going to click this line. Actually, that one's kind of thick. We'll click this one. It's kind of thick too, but that's okay. So first we need to cut this page in half. So I'm gonna make this as long as the pages. I want it to hit the edges of the page. And then I need to find the center. And the good thing about Canva is that it tells you the center and the middle of the pages. So if it's down here, you can see that it's saying that this is not in the middle. So I want it like across middle. But right here you can see, I'm going to change the color of this so you can see it better. Okay, so now that the line is black, you can see that pink line going right through the middle. So that means this line is directly in the middle of the page. So now we just need to cut it in half vertically. So we're going to grab another line. Actually, you know what? We're just going to, the one that we were already on, we're just going to hit duplicate up here in the corner. And then rotate this 90 degrees, and there we go. And then I'm just going to put this one in the center, and if you can see, you'll just drag it until you get this line directly in the center of your black line. That's how you know this is in the center. So now our paper is cut into 4 even parts. So what that means is this is the front of the card, this side, and this is the back of the card. So we'll have 2 cards. We'll have the front and back, because we're going to cut this paper in half to get the cards that we want to make it an A2 size. Now we also want to cut down the middle for the inside, and that's only if something's going inside your card. If you're just having a front, you don't need this part, but you know, just in case. So I'm just going to do like that. So I select everything on this page. I'm going to hit copy, come down to this page, hit paste. There we go. Okay. Somehow I clicked somewhere wrong. So now we have outside, inside. So I'm just going to do one of the designs that I have in mind. Why is that down there? So I have a couple of designs that I'm planning on doing for ignore all my pride flags. That's once again for my pride shop. All right, so now that all my art is in here, I'm just going to make a design with this one, I think. So I'm just going to take her and drag her over here, and then I'm just going to size her up. So that's what these lines are for, because this is the front of the card. So we want to make sure she lines up properly with the front of the card. I'll put her like there. So I think that's a good place to have her, but I also want words, so I'm gonna make her a little bit smaller so I can fit some words on the card. Yeah, so I think I'll put the words over here in this region. And what I do with the cards is I always make one sheet two of the same card. So on this sheet, it'll be a duplicate of this one card. It'll just be the same thing double. And then if I want to make a new card, I'll make another card with double again. So I don't know, I like to keep one sheet the same card. It just makes sense to me. I don't know, in my head it makes sense. So this will be the outside. And then over here, this is the back. So this is where you want to put your logo and your website and all that other junk. So let me just find my logo real quick. It's in here somewhere. I have 3 shops, so this Canva is doing some triple business duty. Triple duty. Yeah, triple duty. All right, I found my logo, but it's not the one that has, these are my 3 logos, but it's not the one that has the name on it. So I did upload a new one that already has my name on it because I don't feel like typing all that in. So this one already has ThatAnxiousArtist on it, and I just have to add my website. So I'm gonna make it about that size. I think that's pretty good. And for this, I just kind of eyeball what the middle is. And I'm just gonna put my website underneath it. So I'm gonna go over to text, I'm gonna add subheading, and I'm just gonna put the Etsy that this is attached to, and that would be ThatAnxiousArtist.etsy.com. So I'm just gonna stick that right underneath there. Oh wait, I have to change the font to match. Fine, okay, cool, I like it. So now that I have the outside, well, not really, now that I have some of the outside done, now I'm gonna put the words on the card, and I'm just gonna play around with placement and just see how I like it. So I'm gonna write my idea on it. Don't judge me for my idea. So I'm gonna write my idea, and then we'll get to the inside of the card after that. All right, so I kind of like the way that looks. I think I'm gonna go with that. So far, I like the way it looks. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start over here, like somewhere higher up where I won't touch this line on the outside though. And I'm gonna drag this blue box until everything in this box is selected and nothing else. So once these 2 are selected, then I'm gonna hit copy, go down here to this bottom box. I'm just gonna drag this. Okay, and it's in line with this one exactly. Then I'll copy, and then I'll paste, and then we'll drag this down here. And Canva has this thing where it puts things in line for you, which is great. So if I drag this around, as soon as I line it up exactly with that image, it tells me with those handy dandy pink lines. All right, so now we have the front of our card done. If this is all you were wanting to do, you can skip to whatever time I have on the screen right now, because that's the time that is going to show you the part where you print it out and everything. But this is the front of the card. So now we're going to do the inside. So I'm not going to put anything on the inside cover, but I do need something on that'll be when you open it up, this will be the right side, which is this side. So I do want to say one more thing. So I'm just going to add a heading. I'm in the wrong sheet. Let's just drag this down here. So add a heading, make it smaller, and then I'm just going to put the rest of the words that I want in here. I'm just gonna add a little something else. I'm gonna see if Canva has any cute like horns I can add to this, because I just need something free. Horns. What is that? Horns. See, I need to find some free ones because I'm not about to pay for horns. So let me just look. Actually, I think I have some saved in my pictures, but I'm gonna see if they have any cuter ones. All right, so I actually ended up using this one, and I'm just going to delete it so that I can show you exactly what I did. So I just want something a little extra. This seems a little plain, so I just went with this free little demon shaped thing. It's already behind the words. I'm going to center it in the middle, and once that line appears in the middle, I know it's in the middle of my words. And then I'm just going to turn it black over here. And then once it's black, I'm going to come up here and bring the transparency down so it ends up being a nice light gray in the background, and I actually like that. So I'm going to once again copy this. Oops, I don't need that. I just want the demon, so actually I'm just going to duplicate it and drag it down here. And there we go. So the outside says, of all the demons in hell, and the inside says, you're my favorite. So I think that's cute. That's what I'm gonna go with. So now that it's time to save this image to be printed, we need to remove these guidelines because we don't want these to print with the image. So just click the line and delete it, click the line and delete it, click the line and delete it, and then click the line and delete it. And now I'm gonna print this out, and I'll show you exactly how I print them out. So first I'm going to download this, and I always do my card files. I always save them as PDF print. So this way, when it's time to print it out, it's just a PDF and I can just print it directly from my computer. I can decide which pages to print, which is what I need for double-sided cards. So yeah, I'm going to save it as a PDF, and I'm going to save it as PDF print so it's nice and high quality. So now that it's down here, I'm just going to open it up. And this is what it's looking like. And so to do double-sided, we want to print first the first page, and then we're going to take that same paper and stick it back into the printer. Now it all depends on your printer which direction you're going to have to stick the second page, but I won't show you what mine does. So I'm going to hit print. We're going to do in color because my little logo is in color. And instead of all the pages, we're just going to print the front page. So I'm just going to go custom, and I'm going to hit 1, so that way we only print the front page out right now. All right, and then I'm just going to hit print, and my printer actually only takes up to 110-pound cardstock. I did buy some really nice thick 100-pound cover stock paper, and my printer didn't take it. It jammed because it was too thick. So yeah, I'm sticking to 110-pound cardstock, and that's what my printer takes. Okay, so as you can see, my first page is printed out. So my printer is a bottom load printer, and when it prints out upside down. So in order to get the second page to print correctly, for me, I don't know if it works for all printers, but for me, I have to take it out, and then I have to put it back in. I have to put it back in facing me. So I put it back in this direction, and then I print the second page. So we're just going to go ahead and print that second page. Okay, so now that I got the first page printed, I'm going to go custom again, and then I'm going to hit number 2 so it prints the second page, which is this one. Hit print and let it come out. All right, and there's my second page. All right, so this is what my card is looking like right now. And like I said, I have the score pal. It's just a scoring board. It's not necessary, but it does make it a little bit easier because it is a little hard to fold cards on your own and get the crease straight. So the score pal that I have, if you line your paper up, it has a nice little star exactly where I need it to be. So that's why I like this board, because this tells you exactly where the point is to make an A2 sheet of paper. So what you do is you take out your handy dandy little plastic bone folder, go right here where this thing is, and then you crease it. And the thing is, it has all these grooves, so that is what you're creasing into. So this is just to help me fold the card properly. Gonna give it a couple on that side. I should have started on the inside, my bad. Give it a couple on this side. I'm just gonna turn it back around and do it again on the side, just because I don't want the lumpy dump to be on the outside. I want it to be on the inside. So yeah, just gonna give it a nice little creasy crease. All right, I might be a little excessive, but once I have that, it makes it a lot easier to just fold it over exactly where it needs to be folded. And then if you want a little extra security, you can just take the side of your bone folder and run it across the paper to make sure it's nice and extra flat. And now this is another part where I have another handy dandy tool. I have my nice guillotine cutter. I think I got this from Walmart for like $20. And because this is 8.5 by 11, we're just gonna go to 5.5. And then slice. And now I'm left with 2 greeting cards. And on the front it says, "Of all the demons in hell," and you flip it open, "You're my favorite." And then on the back it just has my logo and my website. And then the same on the back of this. And then this is the front. And yeah, there you go. So because I do a lot of demon-esque art, I thought this would be a really cute card. And it's Valentine's Day-ish without being like too overtly Valentine's. So honestly, you can use it for anything you want. So yeah, I think I'll drop these before Valentine's Day. But, you know, honestly, they would work for pretty much a bunch of occasions. So that's what I wanted. I didn't want it to be like strictly Valentine's Day. So I didn't put anything like Happy Valentine's Day or anything in it. I made it a cute card, and I'm happy with the finished product. And I'll show you what else I ship it with. So I have this A2 card, A2 envelope, and then A2 sleeve. And if you want to see, this will fit very nicely into the card. Envelope. Sorry. And now that I'm looking at this, I actually realized I used the wrong paper. This is I think this one is like 90-pound cardstock, but it's just a test, so you get the idea. So yeah, so it fits very nicely into the envelope. And it's the kind of envelope where you don't have to like lick this. You can just peel it off, so that's very helpful for customers. And then this all fits very nicely into the A2 plastic sleeve. So that is how I would sell these. I haven't started selling cards yet. This is going to be a new product, so we'll see how it sells in my art shop. But yeah, so when I ship it off, I would just put this in this sleeve like this, so customers can see the card that they bought. Oh my god. Okay, and then I would stick it like that. And that is how I would ship it off. Put it inside of a rigid mailer and call it a day. And so yeah, that's how I'm going to be making my cards. Hopefully this helped you out a little bit. And yeah, that's all. Okay, I'm going to go because I have a bunch of stuff to do. Bye-bye.